On today's holiday edition of OutLookTV.
A diorama party. Art for life.
Kate Reed, Canadian singer-songwriter.
Topz and Bottoms queer comedy group.
The Rainbow Concert Band.
Movember. The Gay Agenda with Fred Camperman. Welcome to our holiday edition of OutLookTV. I'm Dan Doomshaw.
And I'm Rebecca Wyman. It's great to be here bringing you the scoop on all the happenings in the queer community.
In this, our second show, we bring you song, dance, and laughter. How typically gay of us.
It's true. We're here, we're queer, and gosh darn it, we're fabulous.
Speaking of fabulous, the unstoppable Connie Smudge is at the Diorama Party at Celebrities. Go Connie!
Hi kittens, it's your intrepid reporter, the unstoppable Connie Smudge, here at Diorama 2011. Look at my boxes right beside me, everyone in the city who's anybody is involved. What I want to do first is talk to the organizers of this fabulous affair. That'd be Janine Fuller and Buster Cherry. Give me a second, I'm gonna find them. Here's Janine Fuller and the fabulous Buster Cherry. They're the organizers of this amazing diorama. 22 years. Tell me how you've done it.
You know, in the beginning it was at our home in a very small way, and then over the years we just finally had to change places. It's gone millions of places. It's raised thousands and thousands of dollars. In the beginning it was the bookstore, and it was supporting our court case against customs.
Yeah.
So this year Out in Schools is one of our charities for the ugly dress.
Amazingly enough, we found Buster Cherry willing to put on a dress for charity.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is the auction item you will be bidding on.
Started as a dare. It's like one of the managers of one venue that we were at said, "Hey Buster, I'll give you 40 bucks and some drinks if you put on a dress." And I'm like, no. And then Miss Snellgrove heard of it and said, "Well, who wants to see Buster in a dress?"
Hello.
And it started out like that, raised $750 the first time.
Fabulous.
Our last dress last year raised $2,600, so that's where we're at right now.
I checked out Wikipedia, and their definition of diorama is a scenic representation in which sculptured figures and lifelike details are displayed usually in miniature, so as not to blend indistinguishably with a realistic painted background. As I was walking around, I had to scope out the talent and look who I found.
Wow.
Hi, how are you?
Fabulous. It's good to see you. You look glamorous and wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And so do you. What was your inspiration?
Well, the world is in a troubled place right now, so in the middle we have the world, and it's surrounded by all Christmas images, and it's like we have to share joy right now.
I think I love you so much.
Thank you.
Everyone does everything for free. Every penny goes to the charities, and it really is phenomenal.
Only gods came around to
And what Christmas would be a Christmas without the fabulous beer away? You're involved with so many things, but diorama is really important to you, I know.
Yes, this is the sixth year I've done it. I always do it. I actually almost bailed this year, but I told myself no. I have to be here, and so I'm here.
And when she's here, she means not one number, not two number.
But 3 tonight, 3, and I'm here with some puppets, paper ones and hand ones, and the band, so fake instruments. It's a whole cavalcade, really. Of
She actually is. You are a living, breathing diorama. She really is.
I kind of am. Yeah.
Well, kittens, that is Diorama 2011. Oh my gosh. There was glamour, there was creativity, there were performances, and oh my God, a dress. I had so much fun. I'm so glad you joined us. Please make sure to put in your calendar for 2012. It was a blast. Thank you so much for watching. This is your intrepid reporter, the unstoppable Connie Smudge, signing off.
The 18th Annual Art for Life Fine Art Auction is a signature fundraising event benefiting the Vancouver Friends for Life Society.
Our OutLookTV reporter, Angus Prott, caught up with Biff Naked and the drag queens. I wonder if he won any items at the auction.
Art for Life is the premier signature fundraising event for the Vancouver Friends for Life Society, bringing in over $200,000 to support their services.
We provide over 60 different holistic health services to members living with HIV, living with cancer, living with cystic fibrosis, hepatitis C, to name a few. Free of charge to over 1,000 members every single year.
But I think it's important in life that when people need help, they ask for it.
The incomparable Joan E., a longtime supporter and participant of Art for Life, has seen a lot of changes in the last 18 years.
Friends for Life likes to mix it up. As I'll probably tell these folks later, you know, it's not just a rubber chicken dinner anymore. Lots of people are doing that. So we thought some people that can put their legs behind their ears, 6 cross-dressers, and a tattooed rocker chick is just what the sound needs.
$22.50. But it's a kitty.
This year they've taken a 3-act play and infused it with a live auction.
So Act 1 is typically the introduction, or as we like to call it, the seduction, the flirtation, the falling passionately in love with a piece of art. And Act 2, of course, in a 3-act play is the crisis or the climax. So Act 3 is the resolution or the winning bid.
In between the acts, there are live performances.
Thrilled to invite the Public Dream Society up. At the end of Act 2, we're absolutely ecstatic to have 6 of Vancouver's top drag queens.
Juno Award-winning performer Biff Naked participated at the end of her latest tour.
This organization, Friends for Life, is a group of dedicated and devoted citizens of this community that really struck at my heart.
Being involved with anything that has to do with supporting Friends for Life is what I'm all about. To be asked to kind of participate in their annual event is an amazing honor for me.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt.
Long before Katy Perry kissed a girl, Kate Reid was singing about it.
Our reporter Carol Delinko had the distinct pleasure of spending time with this Canadian singer-songwriter.
I'm sitting with Kate Reid, acclaimed Canadian singer-songwriter, musical genius and comedian. Welcome back. You've just been away. Where have you been traveling?
I went across Canada to the Maritimes and then came back, so for my 3rd CD release.
You're the kind of gal who likes to fool around. Well, then I'm the kind of gal you want to be.
So what kind of impact does your music have, or do you want your music to have on the audiences?
Well, I do want my music to have a big impact. Like that's one of the reasons I've come to sort of realize is that why I write what I do.
I'm on a full-blown recruiting crusade. I've got me.
Were you a musician and then you came out, or is one a part of the other? Were you writing lesbian music? Because it's very lesbian-centric music.
You know, I wrote it specifically from, you know, looking through the lens of being a lesbian and a woman in the world, and sort of what experiences those, you know, those two pieces have.
So what keeps you energized, or what gets you energized for a performance?
I really like audiences that are willing to be engaged with me. So that they can banter with me, or are willing to sort of do a back and forth dialogue in between songs, and are really willing to be entertained, because that's really, to me, what makes is one of the ingredients for a really good show.
Because something else is driving me, pounding at me from my insides.
What do you want to say to the girls that might be out there watching you right now that you're influencing?
I just want to say to them, go for it. Like, it took me a long time to figure out that I wanted to do music, and if somebody is feeling compelled to do art, and feeling passionate about it, they got to do it, because it's like, I sort of came to this realization that we have one life, And you know, if we don't do our art now, or we don't say what we need to say now, that's all the chance we have in this life, you know.
Cause there's something about living in this world that moves me. Yeah,
Where can people find more information about you?
On my website.
Which is?
It's katereed.net.
Wow, amazing. Kate Reed, definitely check her out. She's amazing.
Yikes! We're already halfway through the show.
Please stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.
The cash register is acting up. Let's see if it works.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
Our next story is one that's near and dear to your heart, right, Dan?
That's right. Every Monday night in Vancouver, there's a free queer improv show called Topz and Bottoms, and I'm going to take you there.
Could you bring it up for me, please, babe, please? Come on,
Hang
come
on. The cash register is acting up. Let's see if it works.
Oh, come on.
Looking for something to do on a Monday night in Vancouver that's queer and funny? Well, look no further. Topz and Bottoms is a queer improv show that runs on Monday nights in Vancouver's West End, founded by comedian David C. Jones.
I created the show back, well, it's been 6 years now. I can't do backwards math, so I think it was in 2006. Does that work out math-wise? Ish. 2005, 2006. Yeah, because we won Best Entertainment in 2006. So yeah, for over 6 years, off and on. The show was dormant for a while and then came roaring back.
I would like you to remember how sexy bow ties really are.
They are, but that's not the
The show is always fresh because the audience and the actors never know what to expect.
I created the show so that it was high-risk improv. When I worked at Theatre Sports for 9 years, and the idea here was to make it risky. It's queer entertainers, it's all queer identified performers, and we don't know what we're going to do. So sometimes you're going to come and it's going to be fantastic, and sometimes you're just going to applaud their bravery because they're pulling the games out of the hat, they have no idea what they're going to do, and it's all spontaneous craziness made up on the spot.
The 30 improvisers in the Topz and Bottoms troupe are called the Bobbers, and they're all queer identified.
Marry me? Absolutely, but you have to put a baby in me.
Integration is important, but sometimes gay people have stories that are exclusive to them. Only a gay audience would get that story, and sometimes it's good to see it from a gay perspective for a straight audience. We got a lot of straight people here, and for some of them it's their first time seeing a cross-section of gays. And when you go into a heterosexual arts group or whatever, sometimes there's the token gay or a couple of gays. And here it's all about our stories told our way from our perspective. And that's where we find the most funny.
Kidding me! Kidding me! You do this every single time we gotta go. It's like you're trying to make a reason why we're gonna miss the plane.
Look, let's go. Here, I'm in the car already. Can't you see? Get in!
Check out this week's cast on their Facebook page at the Bobbers Queer Comedy Improv.
So if you want to check out Topz and Bottoms Improv, come on down to the Oasis Club on Davie and Thurlow every Monday night at 7 p.m. It's free to get in. Now we're going to take a look at the Rainbow Concert Band and their holiday concert.
Vancouver's very own Rainbow Concert Band is the first and only kind in Canada, bringing music to our very own community. While you think they may just play your traditional music, you've guessed wrong.
Pop music, we've played soundtracks, we've played some marches, we've played some classical pieces, fun stuff. It's quite a variety. That's the nice thing about playing in the band.
The Rainbow Concert Band was formed not long after the 1990 Vancouver Gay Games and Celebration 90.
A bunch of local musicians and artists decided they were so impressed with the magnificent show from the LGBA from the States, Lesbian Gay Bands of America Association, that they decided, why doesn't Vancouver have a band? Because there was nothing in Canada at that time.
Not knowing how close of a connection Outlook TV had with the band, we found out at the last minute our very own cameraman of the day, James Goodman, had something a little special with the band.
This man here is partly responsible for the band being in existence because he was involved in the gay games, and after the whole celebration, the festival there, he says, you know, Vancouver doesn't have a band, but we got enough people to have a band.
Without today's use of social media, the founding members had to use an alternative form of advertising to get some new recruits.
And we just networked via newsletters, printed newsletters in those days, and word of mouth to get people interested.
While having 2 major concerts a year and teaming up with other choral groups, the Rainbow Concert Band can be seen playing at many different venues and events.
We do like the Dyke March and the Pride Parade. We've actually participated in Pride Parades in Salt Spring and Victoria as well in the past. And I think at one point when US had their first Pride Parade, we actually played there as well.
Anyone can join the band, from young to, well, whatever age you want to be. Just ask Cornelius.
84 and a half.
If you want to join the band, don't worry, there are no auditions.
You just have to be able to read music and be willing to practice and improve.
There are a few different ways you can contact the Rainbow Concert Band if you want to join.
So the email address would be info@rainbowband.ca. So that's probably the main way that people can come, or they can just check on the website and then show up for the rehearsal. The website is www.rainbowband.ca.
And why the Rainbow Concert Band?
I thought, well, it would be cool to actually play with, you know, my community, so I went looking for them.
For Outlook TV, I am Clement C. Blaze.
Please stay tuned.
We'll be right back with more fabulous stories from your community.
Welcome back to Outlook TV.
Movember is Mustache Month in support of men's health.
Reporter Jack Fox caught up with some trans men to find out why men's health is important for all men.
You do not need to have a prostate to take part in Movember. A group of trans men grow mows for 1 month in support of men's health and cancer research. First, we catch up with Marcus to hear what his motivation was.
My grandpa died of prostate cancer and bladder cancer in March of last year. Also kind of exciting to grow out my mustache for the first time.
Marcus explains why he had a hysterectomy.
It prevents cervical cancer and ovarian cancer. You know, everybody's health is really important, and we just have to take steps in making sure that we can all stay healthy, regardless of what our anatomy is.
Sean in Victoria, BC, tells us why he chose to participate in Movember.
I wanted to participate in Movember, honestly, because it looked fun. The idea of kind of having camaraderie with guys around growing a mustache when it's really not cool to grow a mustache, it looked fun. You know, and the other part of it, of course, is about awareness of men's health, and I think that it's just not talked about that much. Like, health in general is not talked about much, and men's health especially, and kind of like what we're doing about it is not.
Taking care of your health, as Sean will explain, is not always that easy.
Whether we're, you know, biological men or a trans men, having those procedures, whether it's a prostate exam or whether it's having a pap smear as a trans man, neither of those exams are comfortable and easy, and certainly talking about them is not easy either. So, you know, having awareness around that is important.
Larkin from Kelowna was thrilled to be part of Movember and speak about how he stays healthy.
I decided to do it because I'm really stoked about my new stash. I rely a lot on my community for health information, and I talk to people online as a great resource, both for getting in touch with friends and community and for hearing what other people have had to say about certain health concerns and experiences. I rely on that a lot.
For Outlook TV, I'm Jack Fox.
So Mark, got some Band-Aids?
I got some penguins and some giraffes.
I'm going for the giraffes maybe, yeah. And put that right across my face. Thanks.
Bullying, it's the scourge of the youth of today.
Up next, it's the Gay Agenda with Fred Kamperman.
Here's a little experiment you can try at home. Take a piece of paper. Anyone will do. Now be sure not to tear it during the process. Now, call it names. Hey, faggot. And throw it on the floor. What a sissy. Stamp on it. Hey, dyke. Kick it. Homo. Spit at it. Queer. Throw rocks at it. And scream at it, you little Tinkerbell. Push it, slap it, punch it, isolate it, ignore it. Now, try picking up that same piece of paper and start trying to straighten it out. Saying, I'm sorry I did those things to you. I apologize. But this is what you get, a crumpled piece of paper that is destroyed, a destroyed student. These are things that are happening to students, especially GBLT students, every day in schools everywhere as they go through the 3 types of bullying: emotional, physical, and verbal. As it stands, 30% of youth who have committed suicide are GBLT identified. In fact, GBLT youth are 2 to 3 times more likely to commit suicide. 40% of gay men have said that they've had suicidal thoughts. Columnist Dan Savage started It Gets Better project, which helps GBLT youth realize they're not alone, and this is just high school. And CBC's Rick Mercer, a gay man, in his rants asked GBLT adults to step forward and to be an example for youth and to show what a successful gay and lesbian look like. I agree with both of them. But I think more education and policies are needed in the school system. In the workplace, companies are required by law to make sure that there is a harassment-free environment. Personally, I think all schools should be held up to the same measure. This should be done through education and awareness programs. Maybe if schools had such awareness programs with real ramifications, then schools would have to beef up their lame stances on bullying. When I was a kid in junior high, I remember coming downstairs and hearing on the radio, Pierre Laporte was found dead in the trunk of a car. My reaction was, yes, yes! My parents couldn't believe that I had such a reaction to a horrible killing of a Quebec politician by the terrorist group FLQ. But I couldn't explain to them that my Pierre Laporte was actually a bully in my school who I was hoping was dead in the trunk of a car. So eventually I told my older brother, who beat him up. The best $5 I ever spent. But many kids who don't have older siblings sit quiet, put up with it until they can't put up with it anymore. And until then, one day they give up. It's for these kids that the government needs a harassment-free environment in schools with education on the awareness of bullying. For Outlook TV, I'm Fred Kamperman.
Darn, that's the end.
Another show come to a close.
But don't worry, we'll be back in a month with a brand new episode.
Please join us then. And if you'd like to volunteer with us, you can reach us at volunteer@outlooktv.ca. Thanks so much for watching us. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Dan Doomshaw. Also, please like us
on Facebook.
See you soon. Have a great holiday.